Hey folks, Mike with Vulcan Cyber. Every week, the First Officer blog covers just a few of the stories that made the news in the cybersecurity world. Here is the TLDR version of 3 from our April 3rd, 2023 edition. First up, on March 27th, SASE provider Lumen announced they'd been affected by 2 separate ransomware incidents discovered the week before. One of the discoveries resulted from their deploying a new defense tool which identified the second infection. They claimed the attack only affected a limited number of their customers, and they informed their customers, regulatory agencies, and law enforcement about the incidents. They also hired an outside third-party firm to help with mitigation, remediation, and forensics. There's not a lot of detail available on exactly what ransomware strain they were hit with, how much damage was done, and who was behind the attack. Well, this is pretty normal for incidents like this. It doesn't do much to help the cybersecurity community as a whole deal with the ongoing attacks we're experiencing. Now, I completely understand an organization not wanting to overshare when they've been hit by an attack. There are real-world consequences, and there's a perception that it's better to save face than to share more details about what happened. The challenge is that from a risk management perspective, the more we know as a community, the better job we can do keeping similar incidents from happening. Confidentiality has its place, but then so does sharing. The second story I want to touch on involves a recent survey with a number of notable findings, including that upwards of 20% of the participants' endpoints remained continuously unpatched. Upwards of 30% of them reported taking more than a month to detect known vulnerabilities. There's a bit to digest here, including indications that a lot of organizations lack the tools and process they need to effectively manage their risk, plus the ongoing impacts from hybrid work environments. This is another survey that points out the challenge of balancing adequate security, acceptable risk, and an organization's bottom line. It's not easy, and it never was. But the tools are out there, and most of us in the industry will tell you it's better to spend a little more now on security than a lot more later cleaning up after a breach. Finally, Vulcan's own co-founder and chief strategy officer Tal Morgenstern was the featured guest on 2 podcasts that released last week. Links are in the blog, and I encourage you to check them out. Tal's a great speaker and always worth a listen. So that's it for this week. If you're enjoying these on YouTube, please do us a solid and hit those like and subscribe buttons. As always, thanks for watching, and we'll catch you next time.